atmosphere inside El Domo tonight. Spain so attractive to watch. The Netherlands more pragmatic in their approach, but they've played some good futsal during this tournament. España, the cry rings out around El Domo. It's designed to make the most of the noise being generated, and most of the noise is being generated by the supporters of Spain. Tough test this for the Netherlands. Spain beaten finalists in '96, semi-finalists back in '92. Check on the teams then, beginning with the Netherlands. They started well, winning Group B with maximum points. Here they've got problems though. They're without their skipper, Lettinck and Max Charden, both suspended. Glenn Zalek is out of the competition. He was injured in the opening game against Egypt. Jesus there, the Spanish goalkeeper, also their captain here. He's in the starting lineup. They scored after just 9 seconds against Portugal. They play with enterprise and with style. Daniel has scored in all 5 games so far. Nico Spry there, one of the most respected figures in world futsal. Great student of the indoor game, as is his opposite number here, Javier Lozano. He's been in charge since 1992. Lozano has been quoted as saying during these championships that this Spanish indoor team is capable of beating Real Madrid indoors. He said though outdoors it would be a very different story. Skills for futsal indoors are very different to what's needed for the 11-a-side game. But this game tries to encourage attacking play, it tries to encourage skill. We're all set to get underway then. The final game this in Group F, the Netherlands against Spain. Spain who get us away, they're attacking from right to left. Keep an eye on the clock because they scored after just 9 seconds against Portugal. They won't do that here. Letting trying to bring the ball clear for the Netherlands. And a good stop there by SIER. Did well to deny Daniel. Daniel, the player who scored in all 5 games so far, and an early opening there for Daniel. Wonderful atmosphere again in El Domo. Such passion in the support for the Spaniards. Poor effort. TALHA getting well forward for the Netherlands. He's wearing the skipper's armband in the absence of Hank Leatima. Leatima, who was sent off in the last game, desperate to try and avoid being scored, a goal being scored. He was outside his D. He was acting as a standing goalkeeper. The Netherlands gambled. The gamble didn't pay off for them. MOUMANE on the ball. Here's LETTINCK, who's played well during the tournament. Score of 6 goals for the Netherlands. Langenhuijsen did well. LETTINCK just trying to break clear, but here comes Spain again. They're plenty forward here. Daniel well forward. Good covering by Langenhuijsen to deny Javier Sanchez the opening. JULIO getting well forward. SIER, like LETTINCK, one of the stars for the Dutch. Very impressive goalkeeping by SIER. LETTINCK confronted by JULIO, and he just took his eye off the ball there. Kenny LETTINCK wearing a heavy strapping around his left knee. The Netherlands have been a bit unfortunate here. Sanchez looking very sharp. Javier Rodriguez is the top scorer for Spain in the championships with 6 goals. Daniel has got 5, a terrific record his, having scored in every game so far. Spain with a 100% record. They've conceded just 3 goals. They've beaten Cuba 9-0, they've beaten Iran 7-2, Argentina 3-0, Croatia 5-0, and then Portugal 3-1. Very impressive. RIQUER on the ball here. Now Javier Rodriguez. Julio, side netting. Daniel Eddish stepping in front of the goalkeeper SIER to try and put him off. SIER was guarding the near post. The goalkeeper did well. LETTINCK. TALHA. Oh, he wanted too much time on the ball. Daniel opening here for Julio. Penalty. Rash challenge by MOUMANE. Indecision in defence there by the Dutch. And Spain have got a penalty. Well, TALHA there dallied on the ball. Daniel, who whisked it away from him. And a reckless challenge there by MOUMANE to take away Julio's legs. Less than 3 minutes played. Switch of goalkeeper here by the Netherlands. It's a tactic which they've used before. Sim has come on and saved from the spot in the past. Big moment in this game. Big moment for SIER. And it's gone straight through the back of the net. Daniel has got the goal. Daniel maintains his record, a goal in every game. And worryingly for the officials, they're just going to back to check the goal because there was some confusion. He's actually split the net. The ball has gone through. Spain have the advantage. What a start for them. Daniel, the goal scorer from the penalty spot. LETTINCK on the ball now for the Netherlands. The Dutch not being allowed any time on the ball. Spain very enterprising, very fluent in their play, but they know how to defend and they know how to press players in possession. BILORO there was being pressed by Daniel. Challenge on LETTINCK. LETTINCK over the free kick here. Just organising the defensive ball. That was a good save. Shot took a deflection there off Javier Sanchez from LETTINCK, who's got a powerful left foot. Thumping drive this by LETTINCK, just clipped against Javier Sanchez. Sus did his job well, the goalkeeper. Julio on the ball. Julio again. No nonsense clearance by Julio. Julio, who was fouled when Spain scored from the penalty spot. Rash challenge by MOUMANE after a mistake by TALHA. The Spanish coach will be satisfied with the opening from his team. Clever goalkeeping there by Jesus, getting out there to head clear. Marshall has come on up front now for the Dutch. Coach Nico Spry, who took Zimbabwe to the finals back in 1989, knows now that there's a lot of work here for the Netherlands to do. Fabulous atmosphere once more in El Domo. Spanish supporters have been given a huge early lift with that penalty goal for Daniel. Julio. Now RIQUER. Another chance for Julio, and Daniel. It was a clever movement that from Spain, managing to get a player in behind the defensive block being created by the Dutch. Oh, and that was a fraction away. Daniel there, quick thinking coming in there. Rather lazy pass by Merlino across his own goal. Push in the back of Marshall by Julio. The Netherlands want to take the free kick quickly. BILORO. Now LETTINCK. Marshall just ahead of him. The Dutch looking a bit wary already. RIQUER trying to wriggle clear. LETTINCK being put under pressure by Sanchez. Merlino. Another chance for Merlino. LETTINCK. Slipped there by BILORO, no foul. Here's RIQUER. Now Sanchez. Spain prepared to be patient. Oh, clever turn there on the edge of the D by RIQUER. But he was also backing into BILORO. Frankfort trying to get forward for the Netherlands, but giving the ball away easily to Sanchez. RIQUER prominence here for Spain. Now Julio. Hoisted forward by SIER. Good defending by Julio. Didn't take his eye off the ball at all. Spain slowing the pace down to walking pace. They have the ability to inject pace very, very quickly. Sanchez. Julio just unable to make the most of the forward pass, and a chance here for the Netherlands with Marshall. Frankfort. BILORO. Worth a try by Merlino. Merlino's never scored a goal for the national team. Here comes Spain again with RIQUER. Daniel on the ball. ADEVA has just come on for Spain. RIQUER. Shot was drilled in against BILORO. Langenhuijsen. Good turn by Langenhuijsen. Very strong player to have in attack, Langenhuijsen. The Netherlands have the corner. TALHA, the skipper. Now Langenhuijsen, first touch that time was a poor one. Away by Daniel. Back come the Netherlands. The Netherlands who disappointed back in 1996 because many said they didn't play as a team. There were too many individuals trying to impress. Their teamwork has been much better here at Futsal 2000. But they've had their problems. They've had too many suspensions, too many injuries. That has proved costly. Chant of Ole goes up once more. Spanish supporters really do give their team terrific backing. SIER to launch the ball upfield towards Langenhuijsen. Oh, agonizingly close by Langenhuijsen. MOUMANE also charging into the goal D there, but Langenhuijsen has done well during this tournament. Made his debut for the Netherlands back in 1995. He's their top goal scorer ever, 42 before the tournament started. Daniel, good save by SIER, but still can Spain try and squeeze the ball in? Another recovery there by SIER. Did well to deny Javi Sanchez. Goalkeeping of the highest quality from Tom SIER. Skipper just ahead of him, not at his best, TALHA. TALHA's slip it was, which presented Spain with a chance to get their opening goal. And it's SIER again who's denied ADEVA the chance to get a second goal for Spain, but once more Spain are on the attack. Ball pinging around, but now Langenhuijsen has got an opportunity to take some of the pressure off the Dutch back line. Langenhuijsen very powerful in attack for the Netherlands. Netherlands here playing 1-3-1. Langenhuijsen there to lead the line for them. Now there's a bit more movement in attack. Frankfort on the ball. Angle pass by TALHA was a poor one. He's having a poor night. Frankfort. MOUMANE. The Netherlands with nowhere to go. Spain have the advantage. A penalty goal by Daniel. Almost at the halfway point now in the first half. The Netherlands with all the possession, it seems now 57%, Spain 43%, but it's Spain who lead 1-0. Here's Santi, good work by Santi. ADEVA, shot was charged down. MOUMANE has done well for them, so too has Langenhuijsen, but back comes Spain again. Took a deflection on the way through. Spry eager to make a switch. They'll make that switch now. MOUMANE has gone off to be replaced by MERLINO. Defensive player for an attacking player here by the Netherlands. ADEVA. ROBERTO just ahead of him, as is Santi. ROBERTO on the ball. Santi. Now Daniel. Daniel again. Well, he just couldn't quite create the gap for himself there. And it's Santi who's hammered the ball over the top of the crossbar. The Netherlands have called a timeout. Time for Nico Spry, their coach, to reassess. He's assisted by Vic Hemmels, who was actually voted best player of Futsal 89. Spry has tried to encourage his players to stick to a rigid block of four, but they've varied their tactics here with Langenhuijsen as the sole front player. Instead of 1-2-2, they're playing 1-3-1. They haven't got too many options though, because Leotima is out suspended, Chardon is suspended, Zalek is injured, and of course they have three goalkeepers, so 1, 2, 8 outfield players to pick from for the Netherlands. Wonderful atmosphere inside the stadium. The Mexican wave has started. It's carnival time for Spain now. Not much fun though for the Netherlands. They trail by 1-0, just beyond the halfway mark in the first half. MERLINO. Oh, the pass was charged down. Good recovery by MERLINO there. Back in Spain again though with Santi netting in sharply to make the most of the misplaced pass from ROBERTO. Letting once more. Langenhuijsen. Here's MERLINO. Now TALHA. On by Letting. Couldn't quite find Langenhuijsen. Javier Lozano issuing the instructions from the touchline. Spain, well organised, been able to regroup here, even though the Netherlands have plenty of possession. Santi. ADEVA. Here's Daniel to score off the goal from the penalty spot. Nice work there by Paulo Roberto. Well, there's a free kick on the edge of the D, and the Dutch are not happy with that decision, and there's going to be a caution here. Lettink has been called over, and it's Lettink who has got the yellow card. Lettink sees yellow. Spain see the opportunity to perhaps double their lead. Ooh, inches wide by Paulo Roberto. Good effort that. Henny Lettink, a yellow card for him. It's not been a good night so far for the Netherlands. Foul count at the moment is 2 against the Netherlands, 3 against Spain. When it gets to 6, the team who gives the free kick away will concede a penalty from the 10-metre mark. Back come the Netherlands. Merlino. Now Lettink. Closed down quickly by ADEVA. TALHA dispossessed once more, but he's managed to win the ball back now for the Netherlands. Marshall up front for the Netherlands here now. Merlino to the right. The Dutch here with nowhere to go. Marshall just unable to get away from KIKE. Marshall has scored a couple of goals for the Dutch during this tournament, but he's also guilty of 3 penalty misses, 2 of them against Egypt, 1 against Uruguay. Paulo Roberto. Here he is again. Challenge came in from behind, and the Dutch have more defending to do here. Spain with a free kick just on the edge of the D. TALHA unhappy with the decision. Lettink has been cautioned for conceding a free kick in that position earlier. Santi over the free kick. KIKE might fancy having a go from there. Paulo Roberto and ADEVA are the 2 currently inside the D for Spain. SIER, the goalkeeper, standing in the defensive wall. Good shot was into the side netting. Mighty throw out towards Marshall from SIER. Ball just ran away from him. 19 attempts on goal from Spain already. 11 of them on target, just 1 on target so far for the Netherlands. That was a Lettink free kick which took a deflection but was well dealt with by Jesus. And here come the Netherlands again with Marshall. Good running by Merlino, and that was a good stop by Jesus, but he's got more work to do here if Merlino can square the ball across goal. Spain now able to dictate the tempo once more. KIKE. On to ADEVA. There was a moment's hesitation there, but he was well placed to make the most of the through ball from KIKE. Forward by Lettink. Route 1, the Dutch approach now. Langenhuijsen just trying to get the ball back across the D towards Merlino, but back comes Spain. Second chance for Santi. Bundled off the ball though by Langenhuijsen, and Langenhuijsen was fouled. First half fouls against Spain, 3 against the Netherlands. Just over 6 minutes of the first half remain. Lettink. TALHA. Now Frankfort. The Dutch just can't get the ball through to Langenhuijsen. They need to use him as their buffer in attack, but he very nearly succeeded in picking out LETTINCK there. Here's TALHA. Another opportunity for LETTINCK. Great ball by LETTINCK, and not a bad finish either by Langenhuijsen. Did very well there. Nice combination between Henny LETTINCK and Pascal Langenhuijsen. It's a lazy pass almost by LETTINCK, just scooped it down the touchline. Jesus now has made a couple of good saves, and Spain have decided to call a timeout. Another impressive start by Spain. Perhaps surprisingly beaten by Russia in the European Championship final. They lost a penalty shootout. The Dutch decided to forsake skill for discipline at these championships. The Spanish, though, continue to play with great flair. It's the ethos instilled in the players by Javier Lozano, the coach. Vastly experienced, both these coaches. Lozano has been in charge of Spain for 8 years. Spain then with the kick in. Only Paulo Roberto forward for them at the moment. Spain aren't prepared to be too adventurous. Their job is done. They know that they're in the semi-finals already. Who they'll play is open to question. That will be decided tomorrow evening here in El Domo. Well, KIKE is the player who's going to be spoken to here. And it's KIKE who's going to be issued with the yellow card. Well, he took a tumble close to the edge of the Dutch D, and the senior official on the far side there, Alexander Alfaro, decided that he was indulging in a bit of gamesmanship, trying to win the free kick. But he was caught surely by LETTINCK there. Frankfort. Now LETTINCK. Frankfort has continued a forward run for him. The Dutch squad has been drawn from 5 clubs. The coach tends to keep club mates together as international teammates. Pascal Langenhuijsen, one of the players who play for Den Haag. Terrific atmosphere in the stadium, fantastic support for Spain. Here come the Netherlands once more. Once more it's that long ball launch forward towards Langenhuijsen. They haven't got too many options, the Netherlands. Only 8 outfield players available to them this evening. Promises to be a long, hard night for those chasing the ball, which they're doing at the moment. Spain playing with such fluency and such movement. Paulo Roberto. Well, he did so well there to try and hold off Frankfort, and then LETTINCK just trying to wriggle free. He was almost overbalancing there, but he still had the presence of mind to twist away from Frankfort, and that shot wasn't too far away. Santi on the ball. KIKE. Santi once more. Here's Paulo Roberto, who's having a big say in things in this first half. ADEVA. Now Santi. Letting now to bring the ball away for the Netherlands. Spain with the opportunity to regroup though. Switch by the Dutch. Marshall has come on and he's immediately in the thick of the action. He anticipates that he'll get a corner kick. Instead though, Spain will have the throw-in from their goalkeeper, Jesus. Letting on the ball. Now Frankfort, who's asking for more urgency here from Letting. It's almost a second choice Dutch team this. Letting is a regular. Marshall and Langenhuijsen are the two who usually operate up front and will swap at any given time. But the others out there at the moment are the fringe players, BILORO, and the player at the ball at the moment, Martin Frankfort. Good work by Marshall. He needs support and it's not arriving. BILORO. Marshall ahead of him. Chance for Marshall. Good goalkeeping by Jesus. Had to be brave then, Jesus, and he stretched out well to get the ball away from Marshall. But here come the Netherlands once more. Frankfort. Now Letting as we reflect again on that chance for the Netherlands. Letting. BILORO. Letting once more. Determined play by PAULO ROBERTO. Spain know that they still have to work hard. It's been a very strong group, this one. And here comes Letting. Chance for Letting. Terrific block by Santi, still with Letting. And now safely in Jesus' arms. Surging run forward by Letting. 6 goals in these championships for Letting. Terrific left foot. ADEVA. PAULO ROBERTO. Santi. Here's ADEVA. PAULO ROBERTO. Closely watched by Frankfort. The Netherlands have the kick in. PAULO ROBERTO, a prolific goal scorer, as is SANCHEZ and also Javier Rodriguez. No one more prolific in this tournament though than Daniel, who's scored in every game. His penalty goal gives Spain the lead. We're in the final minute now of the first half. Langenhuijsen, surely there was a push there though, nothing given. Oh, and how did the Dutch miss that? TALHA charging in there. Great work by Langenhuijsen just to spin away from the marker. It was KIKE who was sent tumbling, and it was TALHA who was coming in, who might have been a bit more ambitious and tried to slide in to get in on the end of that. TALHA it was who slipped, presented Spain with the opportunity to score from the penalty spot. Lost the ball to Daniel, and then JULIO went on and he was fouled in the area by MOUMANE. Daniel stepped up to score. Spain with a boost of an early goal. It's the Dutch who look for a goal now at the end of the first half. But Langenhuijsen has been penalised. That wasn't a popular decision. Santi on the ball. ADEVA trying to give Spain some width. ADEVA once more trying to get in on the end of the through ball from Santi, who's imperious in defence for Spain. Mighty throw out by SIER. Too much height on it, that for TALHA, who's playing in a much more advanced position here for the Dutch. But a satisfying first half for Spain. 5 straight wins already in these championships for Spain. They're halfway towards completing their 6th success. Nico Spry, the Dutch coach, with plenty to think about. His assistant Vic Hemmels there just taking issue with one of the refereeing decisions. But it's been good to watch. but it's looking even better for Spain. The Netherlands 0, Spain 1 at half-time. There are the first half match facts. The Netherlands 0, Spain 1. Well, tell their own story really. Spain with 22 attempts, 12 shots on target compared to 8 and 5 for the Netherlands. 4 fouls each, 1 yellow card each. The Dutch with plenty of possession, Spain with the finishing touch.
改正の考え方、フットサルの特徴を生かすスピーディーさを助長しよう、それからフェアプレーを確保しよう、これについてはですね、やはり3つぐらいなポイントがあるのかと思います。でその一つはまずハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーがボールを投げていい。これまではハーフウェイラインを越えてゴールキーパーはボールを投げることができませんでした。やはりゴールキーパーというのは特殊な存在ですので、そのプレーには制限がありました。しかしながら今度の改正でゴールキーパーはトップのプレイヤーに直接正確なパスが投げられる。そうすればスピーディーにプレーが展開できる。あるいはそこから速い得点が生まれるということもあると思います。もう一つはそのフットサルのピッチというのは縦が40メートル、横が20メートル、大体そうなんですけども、このピッチを全て広く使うことができるんじゃないかと。2つ目のポイントです。自由な交代というものがより進められることになりました。今まではボールがインプレー中に自由に交代できるのはフィールドプレーヤーだけだったんですね。でこれがゴールキーパーも含められるということになりました。フットサルでは4秒ルールというものが適用されて、何でも早く観客や選手を飽きさせないような速いプレーが求められてますね。でゴールキーパーの交代についても、ボールがインプレー中にやっていいよということがあると思います。でこれはですね、フィールドプレーヤーがゴールキーパーのユニフォームを着て、ピッチに立って5人でプレーをする。もちろんそのゴールキーパーとしての資質が、能力というものが高くないんで、リスクではあると思うんですけども、逆に言うと攻撃的になると、こういうプレーができるようになったということがあると思います。もう一つ、3つ目となると思いますけれども、これまで、反則を1チーム6つ重ねると第2 PK ペナルティーマークから壁がないゴールキーパーと1対1のフリーキックが与えられました。でこの距離がこれまではゴール ラインから12メートルのところでした。しかしながら今年の改正でゴールラインから10メートルのところになりました。10メートルというとやはり、そこから壁がなくてゴールキーパーと1対1であれば非常に得点のチャンスが生まれると思います。これは得点のチャンスを増やすということでもあるんですけれども、やはり反則をより少なくしようと。フットサルというのはサッカーのそのエッセンスのようなゲームです。反則をなるべく少なくしてフェアプレーに徹して、行ってくださいというようなところなのかと思います。
日本フットサル連盟はですね、本年今まで20数年の歴史の中で初めて改組再編という形を取らせていただきまして、全国の地域にの代表の理事を入れていただいて、それで各地域にまで全国展開ができるようにという組織を改編しました。その中で日本フットサル連盟がこれからやらなきゃいけないこととかということが自然と出てきたわけですけど、その中でやっぱり一番大事なことはリーグ戦を各地域でやっていただこうということに、決めましてですね、各地域にできるだけ早い時期にリーグ戦を展開していただいて、それでそのトータルの中でその上には日本を代表するリーグが将来的にできればというのが目標にですね、競技性の一つはそれがあります。それからもう一つは、普及ということではサッカーのファミリーがたくさん増えるように、我々の中で、いつでもどこでも誰でもという理念のもとにですね、多くの方がサッカーを愛し、それでフットサルの愛好者になっていただいてですね、サッカーファミリーを拡大していくというのが、一つの狙いであります。
Welcome back from me, Tony Jones, watching the Group F game here tonight between the Netherlands and Spain at the 4th FIFA World Futsal Championship. Spain well on course, it seems now, for the semi-finals with a 100% record in both the first phase and also the second phase. 5 successive wins they've had, and they're ahead here thanks to that penalty goal by Daniel. That after a rash challenge by MOUMANE of the Netherlands. Langenhuijsen trying to get the Netherlands attack moving. Netherlands a bit hamstrung here because they've got 2 players out suspended, another one out injured, 3 goalkeepers also in their squad, so there's only 8 outfield players to choose from. It's been a long, hard night for them already, and Spain here playing with great economy at the start of the second half. Julio charging forward, just unable to make the most of the pass there from Javi Sanchez. Javi Sanchez on here at the start of the second half for Spain, along with RIQUER. Julio also out there. KIKE, the player currently at the back, alongside Javi Sanchez. We can anticipate Javi Sanchez making some runs from deep positions. Blistering shot wide there by LETTINCK. Jesus, the first choice Spanish goalkeeper. They've actually had to get another keeper in from Spain in the last 24 hours. Guillermo and Luis Armado are both injured, so FIFA have given Spain special dispensation to bring an extra keeper here for the closing stages of these championships. Ricardo is standing in for Guillermo. Jesus, though, very much the first choice. Javi Sanchez. Now Julio. Shot wide by KIKE. KIKE, the youngest member of the Spanish squad. He's aged just 22, plays in Valencia. MERLINO. Now Langenhausen. MERLINO again, strong challenge there coming in from JULIO. RIQUER. Now JULIO. Sanchez well forward, right on the edge of the Dutch D. Langenhausen with the interception. Is TALHA. Now MERLINO. On towards Langenhausen from LETTINCK. Challenge there by MERLINO, which has gone unpunished. Sanchez told by the official on their side to get on with the game. LETTINCK. No great penetration from the Dutch here. TALHA. Now LETTINCK. Nice layoff from Langenhausen, leads the line so well for the Dutch, but he hasn't got a great deal of support. Maybe LETTINCK could now provide it. On by TALHA. Langenhausen, shot was charged down though by KIKE. Good covering that by KIKE. LETTINCK to take on JULIO. It's a good shot that by LETTINCK, just span through and cleverly done by Sanchez, but here comes LETTINCK again. Away comes Spain with Sanchez. Now KIKE. JULIO with the opportunity here to perhaps pick out one or two. Sanchez or RIQUER. RIQUER on the ball. JULIO has made a move forward, as has RIQUER into the Dutch D. Back they come again. Fine pass that by Langenhausen. Or chance here for Langenhausen. Challenge in from behind, a sliding tackle there by Sanchez to deny Langenhausen. And the official just making the point to him there that A, you can't come in from behind, and B, you can't slide in. Great approach play by the Dutch. He got to the ball, but it was a hefty tumble for Langenhausen. Langenhausen over this free kick for the Dutch. LETTINCK might also fancy his chances to hammer the ball in left-footed, but it's going to be Langenhausen. Goalkeeper did well, came out a long way then, Jesus. Langenhausen perhaps would have been better off laying the ball off to Henny LETTINCK, who's scored from similar range earlier in the championship. JULIO. Sanchez. Now RIQUER. Daniel just ahead of him. JULIO. Really let fly with that one. TALHA being put under pressure by Daniel. Marshall now has replaced Langenhausen up front for the Dutch. MOUMANE. Now Marshall to take on JULIO. A bit more urgency here about the Dutch play. TALHA was fouled, caught from behind there by RIQUER. TALHA getting to his feet with a rueful look in the general direction of RIQUER. Was a solid challenge from behind, just really clipped his calves there. Marshall. Shot was charged down by Sanchez, who does some of his best work when he's getting forward. Marshall, surrounded by white shirts, nowhere really for the Dutch to go here. Marshall again. closely watched by Daniel. It's a difficult angle that, but still the shot was enough to test Jesus. Frankfort with the kick in. TALHA on the ball now for the Dutch. Good play by TALHA. Marshall just got a bit too intricate there for the Netherlands. Some of their play has been a bit scrappy though. Poor shot that by Frankfort. It's been a very disappointing second phase this for the Dutch. They beat Egypt, they beat Uruguay, they beat Thailand. It's been a different story now that the stakes have got higher. They've been beaten by Portugal. Croatia scored 5 against them. And now they trail to Spain, who've got a second goal through Julio. Simplicity itself. Sanchez was the provider, Julio the goal scorer. It's 2-0 now to Spain, and they're really flying. Great vision by Sanchez. Perhaps a fortunate deflection on the way through, but a fine finish, well placed into the top corner. SIER for once could do nothing. The Netherlands 0, Spain 2. Daniel now, scorer of the first goal from the penalty spot. Sanchez on the ball, provider of the second goal. Julio. Now RIQUER. Julio again. Sanchez, who's having a prominent say in what's happening here in the second half. Nice work by Sanchez, delightfully done that. Spain playing with increasing confidence. During the first half they were watched by the Brazilians who've now returned to their hotel. Four goals now for Julio. RIQUER over the free kick. Julio. Sanchez. Now Daniel. So difficult to pick up some of these Spanish players. Difficult to defend against. There's a lot of movement from them. This is the second goal. Julio got the move going and was there at the finish. There's a bit of good fortune in that for Spain. Pass forward from Sanchez took a deflection, but it was still well worked. Daniel. Now Sanchez. Marshall struggling to get the ball away, and they've squeezed in another goal. It's been scored by Julio once more. The Netherlands paid the price there for indecision in defence. They had the opportunity to get the ball to safety, but they couldn't get the ball to safety, and Julio has got his second goal of the game. Sanchez there. RIQUER couldn't connect, but Julio certainly could when Marshall failed to get the ball away. Should have been a simple clearance. Instead, after a deflection, it was a simple goal for Julio. Netherlands 0, Spain 3. Terrific work there, and another goal for Spain, scored this time by Daniel. Brilliantly set up by Sanchez. Oh, delightful to watch. Well, another fine goal for the Spaniards. What terrific work on the ball there by Sanchez. He did so well there to spin away from Frankfort. And there was Daniel coming in behind the last man in defence. Nice finish by Daniel, but excellent movement again from Spain. Netherlands beaten 5-2 by Croatia. Now they trail 4-0 here against Spain. They've also been beaten 3-1 by Portugal, who earlier this evening confirmed their place in the semi-finals. Portugal are through from Group F. Spain are through from Group F. 7 goals now in this tournament for Daniel. Look at this though from Javi Sanchez, just leaning back, just able to put enough pressure on the defender to get a yard on him and to get away from him. Santi, shot was charged down by Langenhuijsen. Not quite at the halfway point in the second half. Spain, a joy to watch at times. Here they come again with JULIO. They play a very different game to the Brazilians. The Brazilians at times could be quite direct. Some of the skills though from the Spaniards are on a par with those of the Brazilians. Spain with passionate support here. The Brazilians have had passionate support. Spain beaten finalists 4 years ago. Will it be their turn this year? They were unlucky as well in the European Championships last year when they were beaten in a penalty shootout by Russia. Russia in action tomorrow against Brazil. Argentina play Egypt, and here come Spain again. That was terrific work by Paulo Roberto. Was just unable to get the right angle for the shot. 31 attempts on goal for Spain, 15 for the Netherlands, 17 on target. Spain now lead 4-0. TALHA. MERLINO. TALHA put under pressure by Paulo Roberto. Now the coach can afford to smile. Javier Lozano. Langenhuijsen foul. Spain have committed 3 fouls in the second half. The Netherlands just 1. 6 will mean a penalty from the 10-meter mark. Letting perhaps prepared to try a shot at goal, but he's a long way out. Might make better use of the angles. The goalkeeper did well. Jesus getting out quickly there to get the ball off TALHA's head. Jesus, Spain's most capped player. Langenhuijsen with a back heel. The shot from Letting just wide. Agonizingly close that for Letting. Well-worked routine that from the Dutch. They need some inspiration, and they found a little bit there. TALHA it was with the corner kick, the back heel by Langenhuijsen. And here come the Netherlands once more with MERLINO. Strong work by Langenhuijsen. Nimble footwork there though by Santi. Santi once more. Now Daniel. Paulo Roberto is having a good long run out in this game. And Santi, shot was charged down by MERLINO. Good covering there by MERLINO. The Netherlands with the bulk of the possession, Spain with all the goals. Here's Daniel. Santi. Now KIKE. Opportunity for Paulo Roberto to have a look around and assess all the options. KIKE. Deflected out for a kick into Spain. Spain want to make a substitution. They want to bring on Javi Sanchez again. Paulo Roberto. Ball had gone out for a Spanish kick-in. Daniel. Paulo Roberto. Daniel once more. Paulo Roberto just ahead of him. Came off Langenhuijsen. Langenhuijsen impressive when he's coming forward. Just overran the ball, and that's presented Daniel with a chance. And another goal, this time scored by Paulo Roberto. Every mistake punished, it seems now. Paulo Roberto opens his account on the night. High fives all round, and it's 5 goals now for Spain. Daniel, the provider this time, made the most of the slip by Langenhuijsen, and a good finish that by Paulo Roberto. It was a difficult angle for him, but now it's the Netherlands 0, Spain 5. Another chance for Paulo Roberto, denied him though by SIER. Disagreement there between TALHA and Paulo Roberto. Paulo Roberto was suggesting that maybe TALHA's foot was a bit too high. TALHA was upset with the challenge. Maybe they'll now call a truce. Here comes Marshall. Dispossessed though by Paulo Roberto. Frankfort with a shot. Brilliant save by Jesus. A glimmer of hope for the Netherlands, but they're playing for pride now as much as anything. Great save this, at a clear sight of goal. Had to get it away too, with TALHA threatening. And another magnificent stop. Oh, fabulous save again by Jesus. Jesus, the most experienced Spanish futsal player and one of the best. Terrific goalkeeping again by Jesus. Real blast that from Marshall. TALHA. That was a bit more comfortable for the goalkeeper. Here's Santi. TALHA. Letting. Isn't a great deal on for him here. ADEVA is closely watching Marshall, who's the sole frontrunner for the Dutch. TALHA. Now Frankfort. Dutch making slow progress. Spain are definitely making progress. That was another fine stop by Jesus. The Dutch now having their chances. Jesus in marvellous form. 3 very good saves in quick succession. But Spain scored 4 goals in quick succession at the start of the second half, and that's what's done all the damage. Marshall. Letting. Goalkeeper managed to get a hand to it. Important touch that by Jesus as Frankfort threatened. Letting. Now Marshall. Letting once more. Came away off Sanchez. Cleverly done by Sanchez. The Netherlands, though, have the kick in. TALHA needs some help. It's provided by Letting. Frankfort. Now TALHA. Spain believe that their job is done now. Terrific finishing at the start of the second half. 4 goals. 2 for JULIO, another for Daniel, who scored the first one from the penalty spot, and then a 5th from Paulo Roberto. Spain, not as prolific as Brazil, but as good to watch as Brazil. Oh, another fine finish and another fine goal for the Spaniards. It's KIKE who scored this one. Magnificent finish that by KIKE. Set up this time by Santi. There was no backlift at all. Caught SIER out there. The Dutch there with two on the edge of the D, but neither of them could get anywhere near him. KIKE has got the goal. Timeout immediately called. And if you're wondering why the boos are echoing around the stadium, it's because the scoreboard is wrong. Some finger trouble there on the timekeeper's desk. This is a reverse angle of the goal. Terrific goal it was too by KIKE. The scoreboard has now been corrected and the cheers go up. It most definitely is the Netherlands 0, Spain 6. 2 goals for KIKE, 1 assist. The timeout ends, and the timeout ends with the Dutch kicking off once more. KIKE scored that last goal on the ball. ADEVA. Nice interception that by BILORO. BILORO, one of the fringe players, now aged 31. He scored for the Netherlands against Argentina. Langenhuijsen. Nice turn by Langenhuijsen, but good defending once more by ADEVA. Spain now comfortably in command. Just over 4 minutes remain. Still they press forward. Paulo Roberto. All bundled off the ball there by Frankfort. Getting increasingly frustrated, the Dutch. They've really been given the runaround. Langenhuijsen. MOUMANE just unable to get the ball through towards Langenhuijsen. Frankfort, who did his best to get a goal for the Dutch. Terrific shot he had, which was well dealt with by Jesus, the Spanish goalkeeper. Jesus has had a largely inactive night, but he's done well when he's been called upon to save for Spain. And that was a strong arm challenge there by MOUMANE. RIQUER back on his feet. Foul count now in the second half is 3-3. We have a hold up while the mops are brought out. ADEVA. RIQUER. Terrific one-touch football there from Spain. ADEVA. Now RIQUER. KIKE. Oh, he's away this time, Paulo Roberto. Paulo Roberto! Oh! A look of frustration from Paulo Roberto. Magnificent skill there from Paulo Roberto. Wonderful play. Twisting and turning and coming inside and completely deceiving SIER. What a goal that would have been. Brilliantly done. A nod of approval from the coach. He can sleep easily tonight. Spain are through to the semi-finals. They don't yet know who they'll play. That will be decided tomorrow night. Oh, wonderful skills. Oh, magnificent goal that. What a goal for Paulo Roberto. The delight is there for all to see. Magnificent skill again from Paulo Roberto. Denied seconds earlier, but not this time. Oh, terrific skill. SIER, one of the best goalkeepers in the tournament. The Dutch completely deceived. Look how he was able to get away from BILORO then. And such awareness inside the penalty D to just beat SIER. Cheeky back heel. Well, the goals have been shared around. 2 for Julio, 2 for Daniel, and now 2 for Paulo Roberto. Brilliant goal. Let's not forget KIKE as well, who's also been on the score sheet. Paulo Roberto there, who has scored that terrific goal. What a night he's had, what a night Spain have had. Moments respite now for the Dutch. Here's ADEVA. RIQUER. SANTI now also back in the thick of things. Here he is. Paulo Roberto. Oh, it's easy this for him. He knows that he's got the beating of BILORO. BILORO sticking tight to Paulo Roberto there on the edge of the D, and now he's been dragged out of position. Paulo Roberto. Oh, denied a second chance there. Angled pass by RIQUER was just too far ahead of him. Very impressive, Paulo Roberto. Average is a goal a game in international futsal. Paulo Roberto. Oh, fine skill again by Paulo Roberto. Santi is one of the taller Spanish players, just unable to get a powerful enough header on the ball. RIQUER now. Oh, great skill from RIQUER. Oh. Another good opening for Spain and for RIQUER. We're into the final minute. The second half has really flown by. It's been a joy to watch Spain in much the same way that it's a joy to watch Brazil. Brazil in the semi-finals, Spain safely through to the semi-finals. Portugal are in the semi-finals. The other semi-finalists will be decided tomorrow night. Egypt versus Argentina, Brazil versus Russia. RIQUER. Now ADEVA. Spain have conceded just 3 goals in the tournament. They enjoy scoring them. They're equally adept at keeping them out. We're inside the last 10 seconds. The crowd on their feet. They're counting down the clock. Ball has gone out of play though, but we have to ensure that the full 20 minutes are completed. Spain are happy just to keep the ball, and that's it. Spain have completed another famous win here at Futsal 2000. Very impressive display, particularly there from Paulo Roberto in the second half. Brilliant night for Spain. They've been good to watch throughout the competition. The Netherlands were always going to be up against it. Without 3 players, 2 of them suspended, 1 injured. Handshake there for Javier Lozano, who's produced such a good side. Better perhaps than the side that went to the final in '96 and were beaten 6-4 by Brazil. They're close to getting to the final now for a second time. It's been a good night for Spain, and here in Group F it's finished the Netherlands 0, Spain 7.